What's up, everybody? It is Moja Foja Monday, and we are back. I am back after a hiatus week off of dealing with family stuff. Thank you to Phil and Dev for holding the rock.
Guess who's back?
Down.
Back again. Steve is back. Tell a friend.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Guess who's getting no ping on YouTube for singing the song?
Not us. But welcome, everyone. Time for the Monday live stream, episode 366, the calm before minicamp. Just put calm before camp. It is minicamp because it is tomorrow. Mandatory minicamp, that is. Mandatory minicamp. So we are
live on
mandatory. So we'll see. We got some stuff to talk about here, but fellas, last week you covered the Commander's log reaction watch along, and you covered remembering one of the greatest dynasties that has been forgotten throughout all the Snyder nonsense, and that is the dominance of the 83, 87, 91 Washington Redskins. So good recap on that, man. That was fun to watch. Those videos were great. The original, shout out to the original creators who made those videos. Probably should link those in the description. But
not only that, but we also watched the one about Jaden Daniels and the fact that they talked about his mental strength, his processing ability, the fact that he went from originally the game being too fast for him to him making the game basically slower for him than it is anyone else, and how he does that with the VR prep, with the fact that, basically he was raised to be mentally stable, structured, and mature from a young age, able to handle adversity. So that video I thought was really good with the insights as to that aspect of it. I mean, we talk about the VR stuff. Oh, he's prepared. He's prepared, but it also slows the game down for him relative to everyone, which means that he's moving faster than everybody else.
Yeah.
And so that was another great video. It was very interesting to watch. You actually got to see some clips of that, the virtual reality stuff that he does, like what it looks like. And, it moves in real time and everything else. So, it was fascinating stuff.
Yeah. What's going on? Tia. Chat. Deluxe. What's up, gentlemen? What's going on, man? And Marcus. What's going on, Marcus? Hardest man on Facebook. Sports View 2. Please check it out. Putting out that good content. Sharing everyone's stuff. So thank you, Marcus, for what you do.
Hardest working man on Facebook.
Hottest man named
Hottest working man.
Marcus. Let me go ahead and take another minute, guys. Share this in a couple different places. Y'all talk amongst yourselves for 90 seconds.
Hey, you ever listen to that? You ever listen to that Carter 6, Phil?
I started to. I am very. I gotta.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna get this out of the way. Wayne can still rap his ass off, but man, is that production not helping? I don't know if it's his beat choices or just he can't find a good producer or what. But
yeah,
and it brings down the quality. Wayne can still rap, but he doesn't. The other thing is that his beat selection, he doesn't sound inspired. Wayne's one of those dudes that when he's not inspired, it is a tough listen. When he's inspired,
he almost sounds sober.
Yeah,
in a way,
bored and sober, and the beats didn't help at all. Somebody get this man a producer quick for Carter 7, because we know that's happening at some point. But
how long was the previous album? Like time apart?
Well, he did a Collie Grove with 2 Chainz. That was actually a good one. I actually like that one.
Yeah.
It's been a few years. I've been that, because I believe I listened to Carter 5. I was in the gym when I first listened to Carter 5 because I played the whole thing through. It's one of my favorite places to listen to a new album. Is just go start to finish while I'm in the gym, just because I'm so focused on the music that I'm lifting and not even realizing it.
That's good music.
It is, you know. And I listened to Carter 5. So it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. 5 wasn't that great. Well, 6 wasn't great at all.
6 was
5 wasn't great.
6 was not good. It was.
I think it was too long.
You ever listen to an album and it's like there's nothing wrong with it, but you're just like, damn it, are we still on this song?
It's because you put Wayne on a pedestal up there with the greatest that's ever done it. So that's what you expect.
I don't quite put him on that.
I don't either. But that's where a lot of people think that Wayne should be at. But he hasn't done that kind of caliber stuff. It's like Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris Paul is an all-star, good basketball player. I've never thought he was an all-time great. I never thought he was a Magic Johnson level, a point guard or even a Stockton, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it kind of reminds me of. He's good. The best feature artist that's ever lived in rap is Wayne. No one does a better feature than Wayne. In fact, no one here can name 5 Wayne songs with just Wayne in them.
We did that, and I did. Except you tried to say,
probably got me on that one.
Well, Manny Fresh said DJ Manny Fresh at the beginning of Go DJ, so that doesn't count.
You can't name, a couple things niggas can't name that. 5 African American or Black American baseball players off the top of their head can't do that either.
Well, you gotta be a fan.
Name the time you went and bought a can of Murray's hair grease too. I've never bought. I still got a full can. I think it got passed down from my uncle or some shit.
Through generations.
Bro, I don't need hair grease.
You ever bought a bottle of baby oil? But somehow you got one. Like no one else. No one's ever.
No, I don't. I do not know about it.
From kids, I had one. Then I found out they don't need it.
Ever thrown an empty bottle of baby oil out in their life, bro?
No, I've had it for like 15 years, and I think it's like full. It's still full.
So that's what makes P. Diddy having like thousands of bottles of it amazing. Like that's wild.
That'll do it.
Yo, none of us are throwing Diddy parties though.
Yes, exactly.
I'm afraid if I got famous in the 2000s, I probably went to one or two of those. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's why Dev decided to wait until Diddy went to trial to start dropping albums.
You ain't gotta ask me twice.
Yeah.
Interlude for Lovers, June 13th. Pick it up on Spotify.
Do it, yeah. Interlude for Lovers. It's all chick songs, basically. I'm going to relate.
If you like that songs, if you like some hip hop for your lady.
Yeah, I mean it's gangster shit, but it's about bitches. I was gonna name songs for bitches, but my wife was like, "Don't do that."
Yeah, probably don't want to do that.
Yeah,
nah, you need to have a separate album that's songs for bitches.
Nah, I can't name one that at all. Actually.
All right. Well, we're gonna get into the first topic. Pretty cool subject. So if you follow the 33rd team.
Mm-hmm.
They're just a fun account to follow on X, and they did a thing called Every Fan Base's Most Hated Player, and so I wanted to share that with everyone so you can get an idea of what we're looking at here. And hopefully you guys can. Is that coming through okay? You guys can see that.
Yep, you guys got to zoom in when we get to actual names.
All right. Well, give me a second.
That's not the most hated player on the team. Is the most hated player by the team. He's the most hated player by the team, not the hatest player on the team, right?
Yeah.
By
that fan base, like
yeah. That should be easy. What ours is.
I mean, you'd be surprised. Like, yeah. Well, I'll pull it up a second.
There's one that I can make a strong case. It's wrong.
Can you put Halliburton on there?
Tyrese Halliburton.
He's hated by a couple fan bases now.
A little better, and I can.
There you go.
Yeah, Jalen's on 2 people's. I know he's on ours.
And then
hey, Sleazy, what's up, brother?
There we go. Okay, so Every Fan Base's Most Hated Player. What's up?
Yeah, but like it's not cool to put Tom Brady on there. He don't play no more.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. There's literally no qualifications.
And there's no reason Jalen Hurts should be on there then.
Listen, I want to talk about these and see if they really make sense. So, like the Cardinals, for example, they hate James Harrison. Do you know why they hate James Harrison?
He left them and went to Pittsburgh.
No, because he returned that interception 100 yards for a touchdown.
That's the reason. So there's stories behind all these. The Falcons. Why do the Falcons hate Tom Brady? Dan Quinn is part of this story.
Beat him in the
Super Bowl. Josh Allen. The Ravens hate Josh Allen. Why?
Because Lamar don't get the MVPs because of Josh Allen.
The Bills, they hate Patrick Mahomes. I get it. Everyone should hate him. The Panthers hate Cam Jordan. I don't know. I don't have the story.
You think the Ravens hate Josh Allen more than Mahomes? That's what's put him out of playoffs every year.
Because Josh Allen gets rated above Lamar Jackson. Ravens fans hate that.
Yeah,
they don't buy
all
it.
the time, Dev.
I don't really ever see that.
Bears fans hate Aaron Rodgers because he did so much in the NFC.
Now I disagree with this one. That's no longer valid. Bears fans hate Jaden Daniels.
I can see the truth to that just because of the Hail Mary and the connection, but
because they hate that their number one pick doesn't get quite the love, the hype, and the respect after the first season that the number 2 pick is getting.
Right. Plus, Aaron Rodgers thing is really just they hate the Packers. Now, if you were to say,
a lot of these are not. These are not 1 year hates. These are historic. Lots of time of hating. But I'm with you. The most recent hate is definitely Jaden, and they, a lot of Bears fans still continue to talk about Jaden and the comparison. It's just like, come on, man. The Bengals hate Patrick Mahomes too.
I'd say it's probably the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Browns hate Deshaun Watson. They hate their own. That's good. I like that one. That's a good one.
Yes.
You got to appreciate that one. Jalen Hurts. The Cowboys hate Jalen Hurts. I mean, I don't know why I don't know why the Cowboys would hate Jalen Hurts. I mean, the Cowboys have been kind of bad for a while
because Dak.
They should put Dak. That should be one that has Dak. That's the one they should have Dak also. They should have their own player.
Yeah. I don't know. Broncos hate Mahomes, but the Broncos haven't been that good in a while.
Everybody's squad.
Broncos are in that division.
Lions, Aaron Rodgers, once again. The history of the NFC North. I get it.
I say that might also be.
You probably could put Frankie Louvu. I say Frankie Louvu.
Yeah, or Daniels.
Or Daniels, but I would say Frankie Louvu just from our interaction with Talking Grit. They hate Frankie Louvu for that dirty hit he did on him.
It wasn't even dirty. That was
cool. It was. The Packers, the tush push, because obviously, if you know, they were the ones who nominated it to be eliminated at the owners' meeting, which got turned down.
I think that might be Kelsey then. Jason Kelsey might be that.
Maybe. Colts, Tom Brady, I guess, because the Peyton and
well, they had
Brady rivalry.
Patrick Mahomes. So basically, if that one I don't get.
Cuss Manning. Oh, so I'm Brady.
Yeah.
Colts fans hate Tom Brady because of all the years the Patriots stopped them on their march to the Super Bowl.
Why DeAndre Hopkins and the Jaguars?
I don't know.
He was a Texan. He was in the AFC South.
DeAndre used to torch them as a Texan.
That's the connection. Kansas City Chiefs hate Josh Allen, so I think that's reciprocal. Travis Kelce is hated by the Raiders because I guess he, AFC West team. He must go in on them. Chargers hate Patrick Mahomes. Okay.
Everybody's Patrick Mahomes. That's the thing with this thing.
Yeah. The Rams hate Saquon Barkley. I wonder that. I don't think that's from the Giants Saquon Barkley. I think that's the Eagles Saquon Barkley. Remember they met in the playoffs? And the Rams almost beat him, but Saquon.
Oh, Saquon did some. He had that 70 yard run or some shit.
Yep. Dolphins hate Brady. I guess that's the AFC East when he was a Patriot.
Yeah.
Rodgers. Once again, every NFC North team is Aaron Rodgers. So the Vikings, Rodgers, Lions, Rodgers, and then
basically Green Bay.
Patriots hate Eli Manning. That's because of the helmet catch. David Tyree. Luckiest freaking catch in the world. Saints hate Mike Evans. I guess that's
in division.
Him and Lattimore used to get fist fights.
Oh, that's right. That was it. Yeah.
Him and Lattimore used to get in fistfights, which explains the future pick here too.
Yeah. Giants hate Dak Prescott. Okay, no one really cares what the Giants have to say. Jets, Tom Brady. That's a Patriot AFC rival. The Eagles of all teams hate Deebo Samuel. That goes back to the Super Bowl run. What, 3 years ago? 4 years? Don't quote me. I don't
3
know
years ago,
the year.
2021.
2021. Okay. Where he just torched him. I think that was his best season he ever had, right? Deebo that year?
Yeah. That was his breakout.
I don't know if that's enough reason to hate him, but I guess that performance.
Hey, look, his performance prevented us from having 3 Super Bowls in the last couple of years that were Eagles, Chiefs.
That's true.
Jim says the Eagles hate Jaden too. He gets more press and is ranked higher than their Super Bowl winning quarterback.
I usually ain't gonna lie. I usually see Hurts ranked right above him on everything.
But anytime you see
it's neck and neck all the time,
you could see anything, right? It could be who is the best player to wear burgundy and gold and wear number 5. And if Jaden's ahead of Jalen, all of a sudden it's a conspiracy theory. There's no way. It's like, can he just be good at one thing and not have to be Jalen Hurts? And or you guys just won a Super Bowl. What do you care about Jaden Daniels? I don't understand.
They know
I don't get
coming.
it. I don't.
They know that it's going to be a decade of us having this stellar quarterback, and Philly's window is open, but they're on the backside. That window will be closing.
Yeah.
And they know it, and they are fearing it, and that's why they are so reactive when anything Commanders related comes up.
Yeah.
55-23.
and not everyone. There's good fans out there like Terrence and a couple other Eagles fans, but for the most part, when you try to have an analytical conversation about anything, the answer is 55-23. Dude, I'm trying to talk football. There's not 55-23. It's let's talk the advanced metrics for, Dallas Goedert or Devontae Smith or whatever. It's not 55-23.
Scoreboard, bro, 55-23.
Can we please have a discussion? And it just, it's very annoying. Steelers and Brady. Is that a Patriots hate, or is that a Tampa Bay hate?
The Patriots used to lose. The Patriots used to beat the Steelers in playoffs.
In Ben's heyday.
Yeah.
When they were consistently good, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Still consistently good. What are you talking about?
Steelers?
Consistently 10 wins every year. 10 wins every year, big dog.
I mean, they're 500 or better every year. I'll give them that for sure. Which is more than we
can't say nothing about that. But
I would have killed for that. Yeah. San Francisco hates Patrick Mahomes. That's probably because of the Super Bowl. Get it?
Yep.
Seattle hates Tom Brady. Why is that? Is that because Brady beat them?
I guess. I would think they would hate. I would think they would hate Pete Carroll for calling the pass play,
or they would hate the cornerback for picking it off.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on? Yeah, said Eagles fans don't know any history prior to 2015. I would also argue Seattle doesn't know history prior to 2012, before Russell Wilson's rookie season. All of a sudden, we're the 12th man. We're 12. Man, y'all have been absent, even pre Steve Largent.
By the way, 2012 was our year until what happened to you.
It was our year.
Between me and you.
I mean, Russ quietly came along and got better, and then 2013, 2014, he just shined, and that was their time, with the Legion of Boom. But yeah, 2012 was the Redskins and RG3. It was our year. And then back to your guys' previous comment about Marshawn Lattimore. Bucks hate Marshawn Lattimore. Okay.
Yeah.
Titans hate Lamar Jackson. I don't know if I get that one. Or is this one you have no one else better to hate, so you just hate on Lamar Jackson? I'd have to ask Mr. Titan if that is. I wonder if
it's a Louisville.
Just Tennessee. So close to the area.
A lot of Kentucky fans are Tennessee fans. A lot.
Oh, I guess that's a natural conversion.
I assume Louisville fans are more Cincinnati Bengals fans.
No, they're more like the Colts.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. We were the 12th man long before Seattle. We showed it on this show before, but in 1987, 1988, after that Broncos Super Bowl, the Redskins at the time did a song called The 12th Man. And as cheesy as it was, you had Charles Mann rapping, singing a song about how thankful they were for the 12th man, which was the Redskins and our fan base. We were the 12th man. It's a great song. Go look it up on YouTube. It's called The Redskins and the 12th Man. It was very cheesy, but it was our Super Bowl shuffle. I know we're not the Bears, but that was our version of the Super Bowl shuffle. By the way, the Super Bowl shuffle is great if you haven't seen it. And then Washington, Jalen Hurts.
I don't know.
Do you guys? So I agree with this, not personally, but I think as a fan base, because of the way
You think we hate Jalen Hurts and Danny Dimes over the last 5
that's
years?
what I was going to ask you guys. If this was your if that W was under your name, like who would be?
If you want to go like
your
going
most hated
forward,
player?
if you want to go going forward, it would have to be Jalen Hurts, right? But it's obvious that's not what they're doing here. They're just going. I don't know what. It's a mess of a list. It doesn't really give any parameters on which they're going by. You got Tom Brady, you guys have played in it
because I think it's history.
Years. Right, but I mean, if it's history, then no way can fucking Jalen Hurts be up there.
It's not. No, exactly. Yeah. I would say like Emmitt Smith or Troy Aikman or like who's a guy they just used to destroy us.
Danny Dimes.
He was 5-1 against us, I think 5-2. Remember, he would always have his
Danny Dimes
79 yards rushing.
Danny Dimes was more hated by us than Jalen Hurts. Now the Eagles, you want to say the Eagles, fine, but Jalen Hurts isn't more hated than Danny Dimes over the last like 3-4 years.
Yeah,
because Danny Dimes was whooping our ass, even though we were better than him.
Yeah, I don't.
We're better than them niggas. He was still beating us. It was like some dumb shit.
Jalen would not be my guy. I don't even think I would pick Daniel Jones. I
Daniel Snyder. Can you put Daniel Snyder?
But I'm trying to think hard, man. Who is a player that?
What's the coach owner that died?
Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay.
Hey, man, there's a lot of.
Yeah.
They got a lot of enemies.
I'm speaking my love language here, man. He doesn't hate Jerry.
Hainsworth.
Pedestal.
Hainsworth
could be on. We'd hate our own player. That's what it is.
I mean, so did Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
And so should fucking
I
Cowboys.
just hate the pedestal Eagles fans have put him on. That's true, man.
No, hold on. RG3 would be it, bro.
No, he gave us 2012, man. I would argue maybe Daryl Dawkins, because he was such a dirty player in the way he played.
I think folks liked him though. He respected him. That's a healthy.
Yeah,
that's a guy. I get this list of people you don't even want to be around. Like you don't want that motherfucker on your team. It's free. I gotta go. It's probably Hainsworth, bro.
And he was here for what, 2 years?
But they still hated him.
1 year, yeah. You could say Lawrence Taylor because he broke Joe Theismann's leg. I'm trying to.
Right. I mean, there was time Lawrence Taylor Reggie White was the hated guy.
RG3.
Reggie White was the hated guy by our fan base.
I'll never hate RG3.
I don't really remember the hate for Reggie.
Oh, he's just so good. He was dominant. Not hate as in like, oh, he's hate because like, man, that guy's good and he just reads.
If it's Phil, it'd be what's the name? Andrews, baby back bitch.
He's a baby.
Who is your most hated player, Steve? Who do you hate the most?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think through it right now. Like,
I think mine might be.
Hey, I kind of am on Jim Sleazy's train. Eli Manning. Eli Manning is so overrated. He's not good. Nobody ever feared him. Yes, he got 2 rings. I get it. I might be on the Eli Manning. Like if Eli Manning would be my personal one. He's great now, like in Saturday Night Live and skits. But when he played the game, people just hyped him, and he wasn't. I don't know. He was never that good. I'm with you, Jim. Yam says Emmitt Smith going old school. If you go old school, Emmitt Smith. Donovan McNabb. I hated Donovan McNabb for a while.
I hated Michael Irvin.
Mark Irvin was my favorite, one of my favorite receiver in the league, dog. I ain't gonna front to you. I didn't root for him loudly though.
I hated Eagles Deshaun Jackson because he also torched the shit out of us a lot.
You know who I would hate? You know who I could never stand is Tiki Barber.
Okay, yeah. Well, reliable.
You know what? He's proven himself to be a real asshole of a human being. So,
yeah.
I can't think of who I used to hate, man. Like quarterback wise, especially, man.
I hated playing against Donovan. Like, is hating a player playing against?
No, you just hate him. You don't want him to do well.
That was me for Eli Manning, dude. I just Nice dude. Just his little poop face, waste of air, like doesn't look like you don't know if he's alive.
Manning face.
Manning face. Like I said, great after football. I just don't. Yeah. I'm glad he didn't get on the first ballot Hall of Fame. So mine's Eli Manning. Phil, I'm settling on Eli Manning. I don't know who you settling on, Phil. You got to settle. If you can settle on me. Of all time.
For this fan base, it's
not for you.
For me.
But yeah, you representative of the fan base. Here's one. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? Sherman. Trent Williams, Richard Sherman, 2012
slap,
playoff. What are the five fingers say in the face?
Man, I might be with Ryan on this one.
Yeah, that's
but it doesn't really bother me to see him now, so that's why I don't want to. Like right now, I hate Reggie Miller. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see him on TV. I hate that motherfucker, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Reggie
like,
Miller,
I don't know anyone that I would not want in football like that, though, man. Like, who I like. Oh, man.
Love Reggie Miller.
I'm going to say Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin. He was a great wide receiver. Great wide receiver.
He's a very good wide receiver.
Yeah. Marcus says Dak Prescott because the Dallas Cowboys fans, not him
Stafford
personally. Matthew Stafford. You know what's funny? Matthew Stafford owned us almost his entire Detroit Lions career.
Yeah.
Owned us. Just like Daniel Jones did.
I just hate everybody puts him in top 5 every time. He's never, in my opinion, been except for maybe once.
Okay, hold on. I put him in the top 5 once.
That's what I was trying to. That's what I was talking about. You specifically.
He's close, man. But all the talking heads on national television put him up there too, which is crazy. TS, it's wild to me. Hurts won a Super Bowl, and all they talk about was Jaden. Yeah, if I won the Super Bowl, I wouldn't give a damn.
You know, for a young millionaire, Jaden Daniels has a lot of rent-free property he can stay in.
And the comparisons kill me. I think it's insecurities. Like, yes, your guy threw for 18 touchdowns and 2,700 yards. Ooh. And he scored like 30 rushing touchdowns from a yard away. Okay. Like, is he elite? Everyone's like, he's elite. He's arrived. What, according to those statistics, say that he is elite? Nothing. He's a leader? Sure, I get it. He can rush through the front line. Get it. He's not passing for 4,000 yards. He's not passing for 30 touchdowns. He ain't running for that much. So that's the argument. That's why Jaden's in their heads, because Jaden's doing those things. Yep says the entire early 1990s Cowboys, felonies, convicts, cokeheads, tax dodgers, women beating assholes. No wonder they were America's team. Yeah, self-proclaimed. Deluxe says Irvin get more recognition than Monk and Clark because of the star. Yeah, that's right. Jim says, good one, Phil. That Mr. Gurr got away with OPI against Daryl all the time. Yeah,
got away with OPI against Jimmy. Everybody.
Almost got me, Jimmy. Yeah, fool me once. Ha ha ha. Slick with the kicks. What's going on? Jets hate Belichick so much that we got to hate the North Carolina Tar Heels now. I think the North Carolina Tar Heels will hate Belichick before his career's over if his little girlfriend continues to run amok down there. It's pretty crazy. Deluxe says him on TV has just compounded it. Cam Newton was other guys.
He did almost get you, bro.
Was good.
He did almost get you.
Not there. I said Mr. Gurr. I read it this time.
He almost got you. He almost got you.
No, I read it before. I'm watching his comments, man. He ain't gonna give me again, Mr. Gurr.
We could have got it if one of us had to put it up there and had you read it.
What if I would have put it there? One of y'all would have read it. Yeah. All right. Well, this was the first thing I wanted to show, man. That was pretty good. Pretty fun. What's the next thing we're going to talk about here? Oh, stadium update. Yeah, there's a little bit of stadium update. I don't know if you guys are tracking what's going on, but another tweet to go through. A little bit of stadium news, not too much, but enough to talk about. So there's been Commander's leadership started gathering about interviewing firms for the architect and design of the next stadium. But this is what's came up. Spokesperson said because of DC's height limit, and this is for the audio crowd, stadium cannot be built with straight up design. We talked about that. We talked about having a straight up design before. If you remember early on in the stadium talks,
I had pushed that.
Yeah, I agree because you build up, not out, because you're short How many acres did we say they were short compared to FedEx Field? It's 170 at RFK. I think RFK is. Don't quote me. I don't remember. I'm not gonna even try to play it like I remember. But 65K seat capacity. They were looking like they were gonna have to pump, go up, not out. So apparently now there's some legal statutes that they're gonna have to get around. I don't know how they're gonna do it. But they says they added those limitations will allow the team to do some really interesting things from both the experience inside the stadium as well as the aesthetics of it outside the stadium, and that's per Hogs Haven. So I don't know what that means. Are all those old renderings null and void that we saw before? Because those are pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If they're not building up, what are they going to do, Phil?
Here's
what I'm thinking. All right. I really feel like they got to find a way to basically cramp the space. All right. If you're going to have to build back, then you need to have the stands as close to the field as regulation will allow. Because if you can't have the sound coming over top of them, have the sound right behind them. Just gonna have to do it that way. There's a lot of stadiums. Here's what I don't want. 1 second. And, this is a massive stadium. Let me get an image up for you because I need a picture to illustrate what I'm saying. Yes, whatever, cookies. Blah, blah, blah.
The Height of Buildings Act of 1910?
Yes. It's the whole thing
building height to the width of the street plus 20 feet with a maximum of 130 feet for commercial streets, blah, blah,
yes,
blah.
Because they cannot be taller than the Capitol.
It's to preserve ground level to skyline views.
The only exception was granted to the Washington Monument.
So that's what they...
I don't want this.
That's like amphitheater sort of...
Yeah, it's Michigan Stadium. Holds 106,000 people, 108,000 people.
Holy smokes. It looks flat almost.
It is. It's built into a hill.
That's kind of like a weird...
You enter the stadium, the main gate, you enter in from the top.
You're so far away.
This is what I don't want. Now, granted, since we're looking at a 65,000 seat stadium instead of a stadium that's almost 110,000, you're not going to nearly be as far back. But I hate that.
This is what
all that sound escapes.
But what if? Okay, see what Deluxe is. You can build down. What if you put some of that down in the ground?
Here's the other part.
A quarter of the seats are like below. Like you said, you come in and go down.
No. You come in from the gate where you're standing. Right here is the top of the press box. There's a hill that you can't see that's kind of built into. When you enter that stadium, you're entering it in from the top row because the stadium is below. The stadium sits on the lower part of the hill. Right.
No, what I'm saying for RFK, what if they put some of the seats of the 65, like 15?
Oh, you're talking about like basically put the whole state like half.
No. Like a eighth of the stadium can go maybe down in the ground, and then you can build up a little bit more. That's what I was saying.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. I wonder
not a lot.
I wonder how deep they can go because I don't know where the metro line runs.
Oh, that's a good question.
But yeah, so like right here,
just build down. Other stadiums do it. Okay.
I mean, look at it.
Look at what?
That's Michigan Stadium.
You got to share it. Your sharing went away.
Oh, I thought it was still sharing. Never mind. Damn it.
Yeah, I didn't even know that at Michigan State. No idea that was a thing, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like this is. You see how on the left here you're entering in like at the upper level,
and then you kind of go down.
Yeah, so that's how that is. But look how just flat and open.
I wonder does that affect the view for people like in the middle? Like that
the whole game,
middle of the first bowl, sort of. Does it like?
It's all one bowl.
No, but that that first blue color, like halfway up there, does that affect? Because when you build straight up, you can still sit down and still see down. But
Okay.
if it's more flat,
Steve, what's our biggest complaint about the lower bowl at FedEx?
everyone stands up.
Yeah. Now imagine that for 110,000.
The entire stadium standing up because it's so flat. Yeah, don't give me that. Don't do that to me. I don't want that. I do not want that. Just a reminder, guys, if you're watching this on the YouTube, please hit that like button for us. It don't cost a thing, just like J Lo said. We would appreciate the clickety, and we always appreciate you guys. But if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like button for us once again. But yeah, talking about the stadium, DC statutes prevent it from building up. Got to build out, and the room is limited. So they already said we were going to lose parking spots with tailgating, and there was going to be garage parking underground with limited tailgating. So maybe that just becomes even more limited tailgating, or you could get creative. I wonder if you could somehow build a parking garage. Yeah, I was going to say just shuttle people in, but I think at this point you're just hoping people just take the metro and not park as much. But I don't know. I guess lots to get creative with. I am definitely interested to see what sort of designs they're going to come up with. Because how are they going to build all of that? Like around Nats Park, they built all those condos that are super high.
Yeah,
that
but
block
they aren't.
The ground view.
But they aren't. They're not above that height.
I mean, Nats Park is. I guess if Nats Park must be like, from a comparison, you're going to be looking at that sort of height.
Yeah,
that's what you're going to get, and you're looking down pretty good. But then again, they don't have to worry about parking. They have two very small.
Also, garages. Only a 41,000 seat stadium.
Yeah, that's true. You need an extra 24 to get 65.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they got their challenges set out for them. I don't know. Deluxe says the difference of the stadium versus RFK is probably the dome. SoFi is built down as well as due to the airport, I believe. So the dome might have to be a concave dome, I'm guessing. Not a hump. FedEx was built out instead of up. RFK was built more up than out. I don't think this is a problem, just requirement of design. Yeah, Audi Field. I feel like Audi Field, if you've been there to watch the Defenders or DC United play, it goes up too. I mean, I'm not afraid of heights, but we had seats one time all the way at the top, and man, that shit is steep. It is like, whew, it goes up. It's a little scary. All right, all good. Good discussion. Let's talk about now a little bit of Deebo Samuel update. If you've been paying attention to what's going on with Deebo, there's been a lot of noise coming around. Not our fan base, not our media, but like national media. People have been saying that, like Dove. If you know Dove Kleiman on Twitter, you love him or you hate him or you just, I don't know, he's weird account posting a lot of clickbait stuff. But he posted this today. Oh, let me share it. Sorry, as I'm talking about it. We are all excited that we have Deebo Samuel on our team, and it says, Commanders wide receiver Deebo Samuel has been getting locked up by rookie Trey Amos on multiple plays during OTAs. A bit concerning after
because that nigga can't run routes. We've been saying this shit for 7 years, dog.
Hey, he runs slants, he runs screens, he runs jet
screens and go. Yeah, that's all he does, man. That's why he runs in the slot, bro. Quit playing around, dog. Like we do what Deebo was. Y'all acting like Deebo old though, he can't play anymore. Niggas never whoop nobody's ass on the outside, dog. He was who we thought he was. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with Deebo. I'm cool with Deebo not being able to be the first round pick. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's a first round pick. Was Deebo a first round pick? Oh, right. I don't know. Think about it. He probably wasn't. The worst part when a large account like this that has a huge following, millions of followers, man, you get other fan bases that just jump on it. Oh yeah, like okay, you know what's funny? You know how we said the Eagles, right? Who do they hate the most on that list? Deebo Samuel. Then you got this guy. Finally, Dove posting real news. Everyone knew the Eagles hate is all over this thread for Deebo. So that just confirms why the Eagles hate Deebo Samuel so much. And then you just get, all kinds of random comments about
But the good part is though, Trey Amos is getting a lot of love, regardless of what you think. But
I mean, this time a couple years ago, we got the same stuff about Forbes, how good he was. Remember that whole Terry McLaurin and all was saying he was so good?
I've seen it, man. I posted that on Twitter, man. We were all duped. It got all of us. So here is what Brian Johnson. So remember, Brian Johnson came from Philly. He was their offensive coordinator, got fired, came to our team. I'm trying to remember the position he holds. Brian Johnson is he our running backs coach? I'm having a brain fart.
To the regional manager,
something like that. Man, I'm having a brain fart. Anyways, he was the Eagles offensive coordinator. Now he's been on our team for a second year. But here's Brian Johnson talking about Deebo.
What does adding Deebo do for you?
Yeah, I mean it's a huge piece. His versatility is obviously a huge weapon. He's a guy who's had a ton of success in this league, and he's been out here every day working and grinding and picking up the offense. So,
assistant head coach, offensive passing game coordinator. There you go.
I'm excited to get a chance to see him play in person.
On a personal level, what's it like for you? Not only sticking around, staying in the same city, young family, like letting everybody grow into where they live, but also like to keep pretty much the whole staff. Like you guys, not a lot of turnover.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a testament to, the culture that Q has built here. And, we have a great staff with great coaches and great people. And that is so important.
So pause on that one. That's a crazy good point. Like I would love to know how many of our coaches had an opportunity to leave and could leave, but chose to stay. Like we know Cliff, right? Cliff had the opportunity to leave and he chose not to. Do we publicly know of any other coaches that had the opportunity?
Did he though?
Yeah. Well, there was rumors that multiple teams were seeking his services as a head coach. I don't even know if he did interview. Did he interview somewhere else? I can't remember.
Bears, I think.
Wasn't that last year though? Or was that this offseason? I can't remember. I don't know.
I think both.
Yeah. Marcus says, second round pick Deebo Samuel, multi-position player, not a pure wide receiver. Yep. Lux, Brian Johnson, passing game coordinator and assistant head coach. That title that Eric Bieniemy used to have. That's a resume builder right there. You give that to a dog, someone you think has potential to be a head coach. Yep, there we go. All right, let's listen to what he had to say for 15 more seconds.
And it's something that I really, really value. And I think the rest of the coaches as well. So, we have a great group of guys that we're excited to continue to build with and continue to grow with, and help put our players in the best position possible.
There we go. You guys worried all about this whole Deebo thing? I think it's OTAs. I ain't worried about anything, man. Not in the least. Get these comments.
707s and 101s are made for the offensive player to win, though.
Always, man. Always.
Credit to Amos on that. They're made for the offensive player to win. So the fact that he's competing in those tells me enough. But again, we heard the same shit about Forbes, man. The exact same stuff, dog.
What
exact
adding
same shit.
Deebo do?
Yeah. And Lattimore wasn't present at OTAs. So Trey Amos had the opportunity to start and be the cornerback opposite of Mike Sainristil. So where there's opportunity, man, take advantage of it, right? So yeah, I'm not worried about Deebo, but apparently other people are for whatever reason. I don't know why people are worried about it.
A lot of the worry comes from the fact that, they don't quite get where are we going to play this guy? Where are we going to put him? Where are we going to do this? Where are we going to do that?
Yeah.
I don't have any worries.
Yeah.
Deebo's a professional. It's like I'm not worried about vets that have proven that they can do it and that they're willing to work.
Yeah.
So
yep. One other, this is off topic, extremely off topic, but on topic. more 33rd team. So rush attempts with a top speed of 20 plus mile an hour last year. Saquon Barkley leads the league with 11. You can see the list that goes down. All running backs. Except for Mr. Jaden Daniels. with 3. That's
You
a
know
wild
what's the
stat.
about Jaden Daniels? I think it's because he's 6'4". He doesn't look like he's running.
He does not.
Moves.
I'm surprised Lamar Jackson's not on this list. Lamar Jackson, when he moves, it is just like a beautiful thing to see. When Jaden moves, you're right, Phil. It doesn't look like he's moving super fast.
He glides.
Yeah.
It's because, like I said, 6'4", long legs, skinny.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he's putting the effort to get that fast. So it never looks like he is moving that fast.
Yeah.
So
And
I saw that and I was a little surprised. I was like, really?
I don't need him to be on this list every year. I don't need him to have this accomplishment every year, but it's damn cool that my quarterback has these numbers to compare against the rest of the league, man. That's pretty cool. Who else can say that? I'll take it too. And only 148 attempts too. Like look how few attempts that is compared to the rest of these guys. I mean, Tank Bigsby,
quarterback. He better not be running more than that.
I mean, he was our leading rusher. We don't need him to be our leading rusher next year. That's the thing. That's the whole argument about
the injury, though. Let's
I know.
down a little bit.
I know, but we don't need him being our leading rusher. Is all I'm saying. Regardless of what happens, you need to have someone else.
I mean, if he's our leading rusher because he's averaging like 8 yards a carry, I mean that happens. Yeah. You don't need him taking on a heavy workload. 150 carries is a bit heavy for me.
Yeah, we definitely don't need him to take that on his shoulders for sure. All right, so that's the Deebo talk. All right, it's mandatory mini camp. Terry was not present at any of the OTAs this past week. What does that mean? Is there going to be an issue?
Terry's last extension.
Is he going to be present at these mandatory minicamp? At this mandatory minicamp?
So Terry's last extension happened on June 27th. Let's inhale and exhale, people.
Yeah,
it's okay. It will happen. Just give it a little time.
None of them niggas is here though. None of them dudes is here. Gave him the extension last time we were here. None of them.
Okay.
June 10th to the 12th. Mandatory minicamp. What if Terry doesn't show up?
He will.
That's all I'm saying. This isn't OTAs.
If he doesn't, then they really have been dragging their feet.
Wait. I set the parameters of this. Steve, do you think he'll show up?
Do I think he'll show up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think he'll show up, Phil?
Yes.
I'm gonna say no. You might want to make a bet.
No, because I don't feel strongly about it either way. Like I'm not that confident in it. I just think
Steve's a pussy. So Phil, do you?
Yeah, I'm a pussy.
I don't know what we can bet though. It'd be fun to come up with a bet. I don't think he shows up unless he has a contract. If he has a contract, he'll show up.
I mean, didn't he show up last time? He knew we were good for it.
He showed up last time. He's never missed in that man.
He never been all pro either.
That's true. His value has gone up a little bit than from before, right?
But Pat Bell say yesterday's price is not today's price.
The problem is what this is doing now is sparking all kinds of conspiracy theories about, hey, this is going to be here's a great trade idea for Terry McLaurin. There's rumors flying that this team is in for Terry McLaurin. There, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I hate to say this. I've now completely come to the conclusion that there's zero credibility with any of those things. Like, I'm just seeing more and more blatantly false and fake stuff being pushed as news when it comes to sports and entertainment. That I'm like, I'm only looking for verified sources at this point. And it's going to suck when those guys retire because then I'll have none. I'll be your most reliable source.
I bet you just look at Finley or Kine.
Well, I mean, that's really the one you got to look for. But there's other, like, I'm going to share this right now. Like, I don't. There you go. Commanders may trade Terry going to Aaron Rodgers Steelers. Like, where? This is the Washington Commanders on Sports Illustrated site. Okay, Jeremy Brenner. Where do you get this?
They're bored.
It's slow news, right? Commanders are trying to find a solution in regards to Terry McLaurin's contract. It does not quote anything. It just says, then he's quoting someone else. The Steelers would trade Pittsburgh to a first-round pick in 2026 and a fifth-round selection in 2027.
They give me a first. He's gone, bro.
I mean, look at the last couple receivers who got traded. It
first.
wasn't no first.
Bleacher Report writer suggested the trade.
I could become a Bleacher Report writer, though.
Yeah.
Like Steelers acquire McLaurin in a mock trade. Guess what?
Yeah.
Commanders podcaster suggests Steelers writer for Bleacher Report should shut the fuck up.
I just don't think that. I think they're just getting their ducks in a row. I think that they're just looking to make sure that the T's are dotted. I mean, T's are crossed, I's are dotted. You gotta look at who's available post June 1st cuts. What's going to be available, and what on the radio. What I'm hearing
might be Hill.
is that they're different right now in the length of the contract, not the money. I think I heard that on the radio today. So
yeah, Terry wants like a 4-year deal, I believe.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Length of time. And I said we should do 4 years, but that fourth year could be, an option year or something.
I don't think they do that in the NFL. That's an NBA type of deal.
No. Where you do that, not a player option, but essentially it's a void year for the team. Yes, it's a not guaranteed year.
That's probably what he doesn't. That's probably what he doesn't want to do.
Yeah, he wants that fourth year.
Yeah. I would too about him. He's on the right side of this, but. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a good business decision to re-sign him for that much, bro. Would I do it? Yes.
Here we go.
I would do it.
Here we go.
I would do it, bro.
We said it. The number is between 32 and 35.
I would do
CeeDee Lamb's at 35. We went over this before.
You get 33 million, bro.
I think 33 is the magic number.
I'll give it to him.
I said 33.
I think it's a horrible business decision. I want to be on record saying this.
Yeah.
But I would do it. I know what he means to the franchise, bro. I would do it.
Yeah.
I guess I got to pay a premium for that.
What he means to Jaden Daniels.
Which is a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if not, I mean, like, maybe I'll call. Hill's only got like 2 years on his contract. I'll take Hill on 1 or 2 years. He's motivated. If I had Hill for 4 years, I wouldn't do it. But 2 years, 1 to 2 years, I'll take.
Well, Terry's coming up on his. So whatever you do, it would be an extension, right? So you'd already have next year paid for.
Yeah.
Plus 3, or the next year paid for plus 4, which is 5.
I would I would do next year plus 3.
Yeah, next year plus 3. He probably wants next year plus 4.
Next contract year at 34.
Right, which is probably your last one for your career, unless you're going to go year to year after that. What's up, Shotguns? Go Pack, go! Hey, Shotguns, real quick, while you're on with this, man, before you leave, who is the most hated player for the Green Bay fan base of all time? We had a list going up earlier, and you're a fan of another team, so I'm curious as to what you think as a diehard Packers fan
is the most hated player in the NFL right now.
Yes, most hated player in the NFL. Who
by
is
your
that?
Fan base?
And I'll show this to you very quickly. I'll have it up for 5 seconds, but I just want you to see, earlier what we're talking about here. So you can see in the middle right here, the Green Bay Packers, they hate the tush push, but real world, who do the Packers hate more than anyone in the history of hating players? So just let us know, man. I'm dying to hear from a Packers fan who the most hated player is, but appreciate you popping in.
Existentialism.
Yeah, you're welcome. Existentialism. We gave you the missionary position. You're welcome. Marcus said, I'm not worried about Terry McLaurin contract. We got adults running the front office. We do. We talked about it. Lake talked about it. There's certain things you just can't put money on.
We had adults in the thing last time to sign them for more money than he's worth.
Back up the Brinks truck, man.
And they're being cheap.
Yep. And there's something that you can't see. Homegrown talent, man. When's the last time this team has essentially raised a player homegrown and kept him? Ryan Kerrigan was the last one.
None of these motherfuckers were here though, so I don't think they're like loyal to him on that regard. Now, like I think they want to keep him because they know what it means to the fan base and his locker room. But other than that, man, fuck him. I mean, you got that. You're 30-something year old receiver, and you want me to pay you like you're 25. I get it, man. I get why you shouldn't do
the
shit.
fan base would go up in arms.
Oh my god, it'd be like California.
It'd be like Los Angeles right now.
Yeah,
it would go
California,
crazy.
Let's
hold
on, Craig. Hold on, Phil. 1 second. Shy Guns, not team. Who was the most hated player?
Probably Caleb Williams.
From that all Packers fans hate. Is it?
What one player did the Packers fans hate
of all time? Of all time.
Aaron Rodgers.
Now, while you just stew on that, Shy Guns,
Brett Favre.
I gotta run this one back.
Sam Majowski.
Why is it that Terry, who has been the same level of production year in, year out, magically, as soon as he gets money, he'll fall off? People thought this was going to happen the last time he got his contract extended, and he's getting paid too much. Now he's due for another contract. His production hasn't fallen off. So now it's they're going to pay him too much. No, they're paying him what his market value is. He's a top 8 receiver in this league.
What do you think? What do you think you're getting for $33 million a year, Terry? What would the stat line be for you to justify giving him $33 million a year?
85, 11, 58 touchdowns.
And 58, how many touchdowns?
And 8
5 to 8
touchdowns a year.
Plus the stuff in the locker room you can't put a value on. But that's probably what the stats are going to be.
About $10 million of that a year is what that's for, dog. That's at least $5 or $6 million of that is because of what he does in the locker room.
Yeah,
and that's fine. You need that.
That's a lot of cheddar for 1,100, less than 1,100 yards.
It is.
That's a lot.
Average is 1,100 yards a year now.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's my point.
No,
that's my point. That's not really 35 million.
DK Metcalf's getting that money, and he doesn't consistently.
He's overpaid too. He's overpaid too, and they had to do it because they traded picks and
overpay every receiver, every player is overpaid at the time that they signed a contract.
You gotta wait till
next years. That contract's no longer considered so valuable because other guys are getting paid more.
You know what's funny? Do you remember earlier in the season of the last year, at the very beginning of the season, how we were talking about Terry's kind of falling off? Because you got to remember, Terry was a ghost for like the first 5 games of the season. He was a ghost. The man had nothing, and all of a sudden, had he kept that pace, he probably would have had well over 5,000 yards.
Yeah,
but that dude came out of nowhere and
he played like the last 12 games. If he had played that way for 17 games,
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's hitting
14, top 3 yards this year too. On top of it,
yeah.
You got to pay him, man. You have to pay him
for sure. Got to
pay
even if it's a mistake. You got to pay him.
You got to pay him, but I get why you wouldn't. I wouldn't be over here like. Well, I wouldn't be joining the rioters and burning down. The stadium formerly known as FedEx if they didn't. You know what I'm saying?
My problem is that if you screw yourself out with your replacement.
Tyreek, there's a lot of guys out there now. Tyreek Hill will be out there.
Or you're going to have to.
Why would you go get Tyreek Hill that's going to cost you more?
Yeah, I agree. Get Tyreek Hill. You're either going to put it in on Deebo, hopes he can perform, or you're going to draft someone.
You ain't got to even get another one because
guess what?
Terry's on a contract.
You ain't going to draft someone. You're just not going to have a wide receiver 1 this season because if you don't pay Terry, he's going to want to get traded.
He's still going to be out there though, so who cares?
So then he's going to get traded somewhere else. And we're just standing here with our dick in our hand.
Yeah. Jim says, Steve and I said he wasn't getting a 3rd contract in DC, but that was before the Harris group. So yes, before under old ownership, I wasn't sure Terry would get a 3rd contract. I think he will now, clearly with the new ownership group. But going back to Shotguns, he goes, Ty Montgomery and Mike McCarthy and any Bears players. That's a real hard question, to be honest. Devin Hester.
I couldn't answer it either.
Rex Grossman. Jim Harbaugh, naming all the Bears quarterbacks from the past. Mitch Trubisky. Show me that list again, please.
Rex Grossman.
Show you that. I mean, the list is
George.
The list is every team. So the team icons, the player below them is who they hate more.
Notice the Browns say Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. So the
Packers
Bears
say push.
Yeah, the Packers say the tush push. It's kind of a joke. It is a cop out. So that's why I wanted to know, who do Packers fans really hate? you can see, there's a lot right here. The Lions weren't competitive. The Vikings weren't really competitive. So the Bears weren't even really competitive the last 15 years either. So, but that's the list, man. So with that being said, we'd just love to know, who do the Packers fans really hate? Did they lose to anyone in the playoffs all the time? Or, we don't know. That's why we were curious. But back to Terry, man. Pay him 33. But if Terry wants 4 years, is that the draw? Is that the line? Do you let him walk over a year? I feel like this group's going to do a solid. But like, you have something, you're onto something, Dev. They didn't draft Terry. The fan base wants Terry. We want Terry.
No strings attached, bro.
So it's going to be interesting. I think he's going to show up tomorrow. I think he's going to show up tomorrow. We'll see. Dev says he's not going to show up. I just have a gut feel. I have literally.
I'll be does show up. By
literally nothing to base this on. By the way, zero.
Me neither. I just want to be right about something.
Yeah,
I'm wrong about everything else.
Yeah. Oh man,
keep throwing something at the dartboard.
Yeah. Deluxe is terrible sign. Not worried. 3-year AV around 33. Guarantee 61, 67, 5. Maybe a team option 4th year. Yeah, that's what I think it's ultimately going to be. The number is 33. I think we talked about that, not last week, but the week prior. So we'll see. Shotgun saying, that's a tough question, bro. Those 2 players were the most hated players we released and we hated to play the 49ers too. Okay. There was no one that really just owned the Packers. There has to be someone out there, even from another division.
Really good for a long time.
Minnesota.
But there's only one Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers only went to the Super Bowl.
Lions have been pretty good.
Yeah, but they won a lot of division titles and stuff.
Yeah. So Deluxe makes a good point, Dev. Terry will be there tomorrow. Probably won't participate on the field. He might be there in street clothes on the sidelines.
Oh, that don't count.
Because it's mandatory.
You gotta be there and participate for it to count.
Okay, so you're saying, okay, I got it.
You'll be doing like limited drills on the side or something.
Or individual drills. I'm only here so I don't get fired. I'm only here so I don't get fired for a thing.
You'll have a ghost injury. I tweak my knee.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. What else, fellas? What else? I have one other thing for because it doesn't fit anywhere, a Paul Rudd moment of the week, but it's something that we've gone over many times before. Funny stuff. But any other Commander stuff here you guys want to hit on before we?
Let's get this nonsense over with.
What are you talking about, Phil? I mean, it's your segment. Not my segment or Dev's segment. This is your segment, so just
not even my segment. You're the one who picks the topic for it.
No, I mean, you introduce it because you're a good sport all the time.
No. Computer
handpicked by Phil.
Yeah.
And now it's time for my favorite segment, the Paul Rudd moment of the week. Every time I see Paul Rudd, I wonder if he made a deal with the devil to stay so effortlessly handsome.
Once again, because I have nothing else that fits in the category, and you know how we do on this show. We kind of deviate off the beaten path a little bit every now and then. We keep that the liveliness and the humor going on. So we've seen this guy before many other times on this show. We haven't looked at this in a very long time. So without any further ado, here's some more fun stuff.
Let me talk to those, man. Who is this coming up the freaking road? Oh, what the hell? Oh my God, no way. Hold on, man. Let me see what's that coming off the freaking road, man. Is that James Harden? Yeah. That's James Harden, right? I know it's James, man. Oh, I got 3 things, brother. Oh, he said that's James. Oh, let me rub. Oh, hold on, man. Jordan never did that move. You never wanted you. Them Hardens, right? Them Hardens. Yeah, you seen him? Them James Harden, though, right? Yeah, you see him play last night? Hell yeah, I seen him out a triple-double in those. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. All right. I guess I see you next lifetime. Oh, man. You better got the James Hardens on, man. I got one more thing, man. I'm known everywhere, man. He known everywhere. Look at the handshake.
Yeah.
Take them all, damn boy. Thank you. I know, man. This is my hood. We in the hood. What the fuck thing I'm doing?
It's been a while since we've seen one of those, man. I had to throw it out there. He's they never get old, man. They never get old.
Yeah, I found some of those exact shoes. Except
It's rain.
at the flea market, the
I
same
saw the
logo.
picture, Dev.
Yeah, I sent it to you in the thing in the group chat.
Oh,
I found those exact shoes at the flea market. I bought them
Those James
just to make
Hardens?
fun of them. Just to make fun of them. Yeah, they were red.
Yeah.
I put them in the chat, man.
They're in the chat.
All right, I'll look at it. Here's one more.
hold on, brother. Hold on. Brother. Hold on.
They might be spicy.
What the hell?
Here's
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Brother, you're sport, man. Who is that on the logo? Yeah. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Because Jordan never did that move. That's not Jordan, man. He never did that move. Hold on, who that is, man? Who that is? Come on, hold on, I got 3 days. Hold on, I got 3 days, man.
3 days.
You got on the gymnastics.
Hold on. Take them all, damn boy. Thank you, brother. Have a good day, man. I guess I'll see you next love.
Jordan never did that move. That's just so funny, man. Sorry.
Oh man.
Deluxe said it's a hold in anyways, avoids the fines. Yep. Shotgun says nobody own us, bro. We've been dominating that division for years. 49ers Seahawks took our contender Super Bowl from us. Okay. Fair. That's true. The NFC North was actually terrible for years, and you guys it was like the AFC East when Brady just ran through all the teams were shitty. The Dolphins, they were just so bad. I said, Shaka said that dude sounds like Dev. Yes, he does. All right, so we talked about June 10th through 12th is mandatory minicamp. So I think we'll have more stuff to talk about Thursday when all the news comes out. Thursday should be the last day of the camp anyways, but there should be a lot of good content. And maybe we'll see if we can get someone on here next Monday to actually break it down with us if they are able to. We can pull some strings and get some cool people on here who are actually there and give us firsthand experience what it was like. After that, you know what's funny? My neighbor was asking me, have the Commanders announced their training camp dates? They haven't. Usually it's already announced by now, and they haven't done any of that yet. And I don't know why. But then I went to look. No team has announced their training camp dates yet, which is insane. And I don't know why. So after this, there's nothing on the schedule till July or even August, I think. They're off till August. They have all of July off, and then it's training camp. So, yes. All right. Last but not least, Defenders won the conference championship versus St. Louis.
I'm so excited to hear this. Does it shut up the stupid fans in St. Louis?
So annoying. What is their? They are the. Those are the
By the way, hold on, real quick. While you bring that up, this is Dev's discovery right here. Air Sports.
Let us see it. Here, I'll remove this. You gonna show it?
Oh, it says it's sharing.
Hold on. There you go. Sorry, my screen was blocking it.
That's the exact picture I took.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I'm on your Facebook page right now, Dev.
Air Sports,
man. They got some fake what's this back there too in the back, Maple Maxes.
Yeah, they do.
That's so funny. I wonder where that guy. I feel like that guy's in New York.
Bruh, I was in a flea market. They got this little. My boy, shout out to Mario. He runs this little soap place in there. He's one of my good friends. So sometimes on weekends I go eat at this pub, this Russian bar close to it, and I go over and just holler at him. So me and my wife went in there. We like basically just watch dirty people in there at flea market. It's fucking crazy. People watching is wild in there, man. It's like but you go in there, man, and they got this Chinese spot. Everything in there's a knockoff. It's wild. It's like crazy. So I usually that's where I got this handy dandy machete.
Yeah.
I'm in there, man. They that crap stuff like that in there, man. And it's not even the
that's a replica. That's a replica.
It's not even the fifth machete I bought from that motherfucker, you know. It's like I got I don't even like the knives. I just got like an assortment of machetes and shit. I don't have no idea why every time I go in there, I gotta get a machete. My wife literally has to tell me, look, you're not getting a machete every time we go in there. You're not
nice.
I almost got an axe, man. It was dope too, man. We sure let me get it.
Yeah. Jim says last guy like he was coming home from being away. Maybe. Deluxe says joint practice complicates dates for training camp initially. Yeah, the team did announce that. They confirmed what was it? Yeah, I got it right here. Mike Vrabel and Jim Harbaugh have already told their reporters Commanders will have joint practice with the Patriots ahead of their first preseason game and the Ravens before the third preseason game. So, yeah, I think that is kind of complicated a bit. Plus, they're probably just getting their ducks in a row for Hard Knocks and all that stuff. So, we'll see. But the Defenders won their conference. If you don't know how the United Football League is organized, you have the one conference is called the XFL. The other conference is called the UFL. I believe. And so remember they merged the USFL and the XFL together. And so, yes. So in 2023, the DC Defenders were the number one seed and they ended up losing. So this time they were not the number one seed. So I'm hoping this is a little more better juju as they go into that series.
They beat St. Louis in St. Louis. And I hate St. Louis Battlehawks fans because they think that, well, we're the best team in the league because we have the most fans that show up to our games. Yes, you still play in a half-empty dome.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, DC United or the DC Defenders play in DC United Stadium, which holds 14. Holds 20. Holds 20,000, right? And they almost sell that out every game.
Funny story. The St. Louis Battlehawks were going at it with the Twitter of DC Defenders. So they said, you're coming home with me. But then they quote tweeted it and said, hey, look, bam. So Defenders were going at it with, man, the Defenders social media team had their way with St. Louis yesterday. They just, look, there's always next year. So they posted this hype video preaching the DC Defenders are always next year. Look at it. They just keep.
They should be trolling
big second half coming. They just trolled the hell out of them.
All they do is they call law. Call. And I'm like, call ain't law.
Love it, dude. Love it. XFL Conference Champion. So
yield up.
Hey man, this is what we're here for. Bring it home to DC. That would be so sick.
It's a good time to be a fan of football in DC.
That's the wildest honey no-go item. No machete. Yeah. All right, guys.
Tell her to let you get one of these.
Little switchblade there, Dev. That's what you need.
My little. This is my Smith & Wesson right here.
Let
me tell you something. This blade will cut anything.
Your blade will cut. You ever watch Forged in Fire? Stupid show. You ever watch Forged in Fire? Where they get these bladesmiths and they give them an idea. All right, you got to make a sickle, and they have a competition who can make it in like 3 hours.
I've heard of it.
But one of the tests is for sharpest, and then this guy goes, whoosh, your blade will cut. Great show. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. The Asian dude does that test, the sharpest test.
You ever seen the one with Goldberg in it where they do the obstacle course with the blade they make themselves?
I have not.
Oh, that's pretty dope. That's on Blazer. It's the same kind of show, but it has I think Bill Goldberg does it, and he's like a host.
Wrestler?
Anyways. Yeah, he's a host of it. And they they got these. You bring in your own sword or knife, whatever. Actually, it's supposed to be like a big knife, and you can make it however you want, but you got this obstacle course you go through. People's knives get destroyed. That work for years on.
Yep,
it's wild. People like slice through ice blocks like Danielson with the motherfuckers.
Ah, nice. Yeah, see, Deluxe knows what I'm talking about. The cool thing about the show is they put three guys against each other, or 4 guys against each other on the show, and then the finals they get to go home and they have a week to build their blade at their home forge. Then they come back and do all the crazy testing. So History Channel has a pretty good run.
I seen one that caught somebody buying one or some shit, man, on one of these shows. They caught.
Oh no! Well, the camera's supposed to film them.
It's wild.
Making it. All right. Anyone has any positive news to spread around? What's good in your life?
I got some music coming out 6/13 and 6/17.
All right, June 13th, June 17th. Dev has some new music coming out. Make sure you check it out. We'll all try to retweet it too.
And y'all have to, all you guys in the chat and everything else in the comments are always talking about, hey, these beats are fire. Where you get these beats? Get it from that man right over there, Dev.
Yeah, right? The remix I Got 5 on it. I did that one.
That's right.
The beat you hear right now is Dev's remix of I Got 5 on, which is, of course, a classic beat. So if you like Dev's beats, go support his music. Go on Spotify, Apple, wherever else he's going to have it. Look for Dev. There's another artist named Dev, too, so it's a hard look. But you ain't going to mistake that mug when you see it in the profile picture. Go look up Dev. Go support his music. Go stream that thing all weekend long. Right?
Do it.
Stream Interlude for Lovers from the 13th all the way through to the 17th. And by the time you're a little tired of it, Dev's got new music dropping on the 17th for that ass. And then you listen to that all the rest of next week. See? Simple instructions for life right there.
And the other thing to do is also get the dent out of my car taken out tomorrow, too.
Get the what?
The
dent. You got that dent in the were you here? We talked about that? You guys Challenger dented.
Oh, man. Yes. Deluxe knows Forge and Fires you to binge watch. If your blade can cut, your blade can kill. There you go.
Yeah.
Fix Dev's car, man. Hashtag spread his music, fix his car.
That's right.
Hashtag fix Dev's car.
We don't ask for much on the show.
You see the naked protesters at the California thing?
Did not.
Bunch of bucky naked chicks. You see it on Twitter. We don't show that kind of over here. Bunch of naked women. Full. I'm talking full head to toe. No draws.
That's
not quite
the choice.
Not bad looking ones.
Quite the choice. Okay.
Couple of ones not bad looking. But yeah, that happened.
No, at that point, you're just trying to get attention.
Thank you.
I mean, we pay attention because we're guys.
That's the most I watch this shit on TV. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was just trying to skip through.
I still don't know what's going on, but they naked. They're naked.
I mean, there's always this thing: you don't trust a woman with big boobs, small nipples. You know what I'm saying?
Those are dangerous. Anyway.
Yeah.
Those are dangerous ones.
Only positivity for me. I've took a hiatus from running for like the last 45 days, barely doing it. I ran today for the first time in almost 2 months and battling shin splints, man. First it was plantar fasciitis, got through that after the Army 10 miler, and then just had shin splints for like the last 4 months. Never had it in my life, and I was trying to fight it. I was powering through it.
Cheap ass hookahs off. You talking about you wear?
Dude, I wear $160 New Balance running shoes, and they are the best.
Yeah, obviously, it ain't working.
No, what happened was I took a break, and then I did too much too soon, and I did like one week of like 30-something miles, and then a lot of sprints, and then after that, it just got worse and worse and worse. And I finally took the time off to rehab it, stretching, found these super cool stretches to do, and massages like for your shins, and these weird stretches you got to get on the ground. And so I'm healed, I think.
That's runner's bullshit right there. There's no such thing as a super cool stretch.
Hey man, when you get older, even post gym, stretching is just glorious.
I got a whole
I see that all the time. If you remember this, and it's something I remember from your childhood, you need to stretch longer than your actual workout before your workout. I get it, and believe me, I'm
Dude, it's
dealing
so
with
true.
I am dealing with a pulled muscle right by my shoulder blade, so I get it. And
As you get older, the prehab
goes away. Huh?
Yeah, the prehab, but prior to lifting, is almost becoming more important for me than the actual work. Warming up my shoulders and doing,
They got a couple
I'm doing
cafes
something
here that
similar.
stretch you. They got those down there.
What?
They got these stretch cafes. You can go. I don't think that's the name of it, but you can go into like these little like massage parlors, but they're not massage parlors. they just stretch you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just basically just stretch you.
Okay. So instead of going again like a sports massage, they will stretch me out to
craziness goes on.
I didn't know that's where you were going.
Videos on YouTube, man.
It's actually genius idea.
Yeah.
Actually,
they got a Facebook channel.
It's funny because some places you go to get a professional massage, they'll stretch you there too.
Yeah,
like I was at one. See, this is where we go. Yeah, no, I was at one. I was at the mall. Okay, there ain't no rubbing tugs in a mall. But anyway,
you gotta lay your damn life.
Sitting in the chair in the middle of the walkway.
No.
They come to the mall.
Private beds and all that. Like it was legit massage. It was in the mall. And I'm back there, and like she put my legs in like a figure 4 position, right?
Yeah.
And then pushed one leg in one direction, held the other leg down with her knee, and all of a sudden I just felt pop in my hip. I was like, "Oh, Jesus, I'm getting old." It was the first. It was the first time I.
That was Phil's first overnight at Diddy's house.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna get me in trouble one of these days with that nonsense. Actually, it's funny you said something about the cardio, Steve. I've been doing more cardio with my own lifts and all that. But
yeah, I'm watching that, biking and walking.
Well, I'm actually now doing. I started this today. I'm doing basically a stair climber style. I don't like the stair climber amount of thing because it's one of those brutal. So what I'm doing is I got the treadmill at a 15% incline.
Oof.
I'm walking up a hill. Yeah.
I like 10 is my max.
I go 12, 30 minutes on 3.
My goal is to get to an hour straight.
At 15?
No. 60 is my goal at 15% incline.
That's crazy.
I want to be able to do that. That's that Ric Flair cardio. That's why Ric Flair was so good back then.
That's right.
I go 30 minutes, incline on 12, and I put it on 3 speed, dog. And then I do my workout after that. I do it every day, though.
I do my cardio after my workout because I don't want to build up that cortisone in my system when I go lift.
Yeah.
Is that what that does?
Yeah.
You're prioritizing strength over that, of course.
You'll lift more if you do the lifting before the cardio.
You're leaving gains on the table if you do that. If you do the opposite way, like the cardio first.
Damn. Well, I did.
Like if you do like 5 minutes, kind of light walking to like get the blood.
That's okay. But when you stress your central nervous system before you lift, you don't want to do that.
I mean, the only thing you lose when you do cardio after you lift is you do lose some of your pump. So you don't. Yeah.
It's okay.
I like the bike better anyway. That's my feet feel better.
Yeah, low impact.
My feet, man. There's a guy at my job, man. He wears like Jordans to work, and I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Be on your feet all day inside.
Yeah, I feel like Jordans. I wore Jordans one time by accident. I just grabbed and went out the door. I was running late, and I felt my feet were beaten so bad. I felt like I owed it reparations. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I owed my toes.
So what do you wear normally?
A mule, bro.
What do you wear normally? Just tennis shoes?
I got some. Yeah, I wear. I got some Air Max SEs, which are the most comfortable Air Maxes. I wear those to work almost exclusively, or I go for the 95 Air Maxes. I usually just stay in the Air Max, Vapormax area for work. I wear Jordans everywhere else though. They work Vapormax.
That's fair.
Or Air Max. I want to try some Hokas, whatever y'all talking about.
Hokas are nice. They're a little pricey, but they're nice.
I see it. I don't go quite that far. I do Asics. I have a natural
pronation
ankle.
Yeah.
So it rolls to the outside. So I get the Asics. Like I get the gel Nimbus.
You can get those shoes that our quarterbacks putting out.
The Nike the Vapors.
Is that what
the red and green ones?
No, the ones that Jane Daniels got coming out.
Yeah, what they were the Nike Vapors.
I think that's black and white.
I don't know. Oh, his shoes, not the ones he's wearing.
Yeah, the ones he wear. Yeah, he's got some shoes coming out.
Yeah,
They
he's
like
wearing the
massage your
mismatched
feet.
colors right now.
They massage your feet, man, while you wear them.
Yeah.
It's like $800 a pop.
Anything you put in there, they massage. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I don't know if you're gonna put your dick in the shoe. That's a whole. I don't know how that.
I
$900.
didn't say it, you did.
Yeah, Steve wears a very Asian 5.
For the toddler shoe.
He
Right?
wears a shoe you can hang up in your
Massage.
rearview mirror when your kids grow up.
Oh
That's
man! All right,
I'm trying
on
to
that
see a
note-
picture of these.
On what? Picture of what?
Those shoes.
Oh, the
They like got some kind of. I forgot they do all kinds of crazy shit. Like are online and shit.
What the Hyper
Not
boot.
cleats.
Huh?
Not
know,
cleats.
hyper
Just
boot?
regular shoes.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you put them on and then massage your feet while you work out in them and shit.
$900.
I want them though. When they come, show a
Nike,
picture of them. Show a picture of
Nike Air Max DN8s. Holy no.
That's gotta be it.
Styled by Jaden Daniels. Shoes. Okay. His shoes. No, they're $200.
Nah, that ain't it. Then it was like $800.
Hyper boots are $900,
Yeah.
but those
Oh,
are
there
for
we go.
actually training in.
Yeah. Hyper boots. That's what they call. $8.99.
His cleats are the Kobe 6s.
Yeah.
He has
It's
Kobe
hyper-
6 cleats.
It's hyper boots. You can wear them to work or work out in or whatever, man. And they do all kinds of cool ass shit.
But he has a DNA.
Here's our
Field
hyper boots, Dev.
General.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Holy
$8.99, big dog.
smokes.
I'd be
Hyper
scared.
Ice.
I'd have to get like an XL or XXL because I'd be afraid the XL would not work.
It does heat and compression, and they're battery powered. What? Warm
I
up
might
your
get myself,
feet.
you know.
What? Warm up faster, recover strong. Okay. So they're recovery shoes almost. They're not, you don't perform in them.
Yeah,
No, you can perform in them.
yeah, you can wear them.
Advanced heating and massage. Relax on the move. Quick adjustments. Holy smokes.
You step in no puddle and die. You know what I'm saying?
Keeps your ankles warm and supported. Okay.
Keeps
Air
them loose.
compression.
Yeah, it's supposed to not be able to sprain your ankle in them at all. Like you're not supposed to be able to.
Developed by Jaden Daniels, Shakari Richardson. Wow.
Those are two people whose opinion I trust on. ankle
Yeah.
health.
Although, who's going to be the first person to have a $900? I want to see who's going to do it. Who's going to wear it?
I'm gonna wear it.
And they have. Oh my gosh, dude, that is insane.
Hey, I have one of those guns.
That is insane. The massage guns.
Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back Thursday for the wrap up of the mandatory mini camp coming up. Please hit that like button for us on YouTube. The audio version of this will be out here shortly after this episode. And shout out to Phil and Dev for holding it down last week, man. You guys did a good job. Appreciate you. Fellas, any parting shots before we peace out?
Hey,
Summer's here. It's time to enjoy ourselves because
Summer,
we are less than 90 days away from football, people. That's the 90 days away from the new season.
There you go.
It's-
Dev. Share Dev's music. June 13th, June 17th.
Yes. June
Yeah.
13th.
Go get it.
June
Go get
17th.
it. Go get it.
And
All
he's
right, guys.
working on more shit because Dev does not stop.
Like a machine that he
Yeah.
is. That's right. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys Thursday. Love y'all. Peace. Inhale. Go Defenders. Hey, Terry. We out.